Good morning. My name is Madi Suarez, and I'm a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the Albuquerque Center for Spiritual Living. Thank you so much for joining us, either online or watching it later on in the day. Whether you found us on Facebook or YouTube, please use the chat to let us know that you're here. If you're new to us, please visit our website at abqcsl.org. And you can sign up for our newsletter and be on our email list so you can keep up to date for whatever's happening here in the community. We're so grateful that you've joined us. Today we're continuing our series on practicing oneness in community. And we're excited to have Reverend Kamatara Johnson speaking today and practitioner Lynn Hertz as well. Two wonderful ladies that have a lot to offer. I'm going to let you know a little bit about my experience of the power of the collective lately. I've been meeting with some small groups of people, and we've been sharing about our experience and what we want to experience in life. And sometimes it's hard to find people that can get in that space with you of imagination, of discovery, of creating what you want to experience in life. And so I've been meeting with different people, and we talk in a way that we know that what we want to experience is happening right now. And it's like maybe if you were a child and you get into an imagination state and you talk as if you have something like that, great new job or that wonderful new relationship. And just staying in that space of knowing that it's true and speaking as it is true right now. And it's been a really fun experience. So I would encourage you, if you're able and can find someone wanting to do that with you, to practice that and maybe make a difference. I've seen it make a big difference in my life. So just an idea for you today. I'm going to go ahead and say a prayer to open us in today. So if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes and experience that with me. So as I take a deep breath and settle into this knowing that all is well, that regardless how things appear on the outside, that all is well, even so. And as I sit in that space of knowing that there is only one, that one is all there is, that connection to that one is mine right here, right now, that it is yours, that it is all of ours, that we are all absolutely in every way connected to each other, connected to all beings, connected to everything. And with that connection, there is strength. With that connection, there is love, there is peace. with that connection, there is a sense of oneness, of sharing, and of creating the world that we want to live in, of creating the experience we want to have. In that oneness and that connection, I can learn from you and you can learn from me, and we can grow and share and know that all is well all the time. And as I sit in that space of knowing that all is well with my collection of all the beings of the universe, I'm never alone. I'm never alone. And everything is all right. I sit in that space and it brings me gratitude. It gives me a space of relief, a space of it's all okay. And I'm so grateful to know that's true right here, right now. I stay in that space of gratitude, knowing that I am never alone and that we are all in this together. So staying in that space, I let it go, I let it be, knowing that this day is glorious in all ways and how fortunate we all are to share it together. Namaste.
Thank you, Maddie. I learned, I'm Jeffrey MacNutt. I'm the community manager here at Albuquerque Center for Spiritual Living, and I learned a wonderful fun fact about Maddie this morning. I was thinking about our candle altar that we're about to do, and I remembered when I was a child this show called Romper Room. And coincidentally, Maddie got her television start on Romper Room as a child and appeared on an episode of Romper Room. But the rest of us that weren't as lucky to appear on it, we could write in, and the host of the show would hold up a mirror at one point during the show, and it was called Magic Mirror. And the mirror had no glass in it, but even back in the late 60s, early 70s, they did this spiral graphic that made it look like the mirror was coming to life, and then that would dissolve, and her face would be behind the mirror, showing through as if she were looking out into the television and seeing you. And so kids would write in their names, and then she would read them on air, saying that she saw them. And wouldn't you know, all these years later, we've done the same thing through, as Maddie said, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. I'd like to invite you to use the chat feed, and we're going to move into our candle lighting ceremony. So if there's a prayer or something heavy on your heart or something you want to celebrate, or just letting us know that you're with us, we're going to take a little bit of time and recognize these prayers and share them collectively as a community through our virtual magic mirror. I'm going to light a candle first for the people of Ukraine and for people in Russia inadvertently caught up in this drama. And I'm going to hold the knowing of peace for Ukraine. Kat Gordon, I see you this morning and send you love and light. And to the beautiful Kelly Saindon, sending you peace. And Elizabeth Layton, and Laura, and Deborah. I see you, Miss Leilita, and Tracy Robert, and Vanessa Owen, and back on her feet, better than ever, Krista Keller. Light a candle for Alexis Lindsay. And a candle for Kenny and Tammy. Light a candle for Reverend Amani and her family. I see you, Mickey Quintana, and your beautiful family. Thank you for all that you bring to our community. a candle for Fran, and a candle for Stephen. And I light a candle this morning for Michael Herndon and his family as we prepare to celebrate his life this afternoon at Highland Theater. And a candle for Joy Lynn and one for Reverend Kamatara, who are going to be sharing some beautiful practices and words of wisdom about the emergence of new community. So finally, I light one more candle for the collective, for this beautiful community that is coming together and charting its new path together for sustainability and for growth and for possibility and for creativity and all of the beautiful ways that that shows up in each and every one of you that have found your way to us. And so it is.
Good morning. I'm practitioner Clarissa Crowe, and I have a reading that I wanted to share with you this morning. It's from Howard Zinn. When you have models of how people can come together, even for a brief period, it suggests that it could happen for a longer period. When you think of it, that's the way things operate in the scientific world, so why not socially? As soon as the Wright brothers could keep a plane aloft for 27 seconds, everyone knew from that point on that a plane might be kept aloft for hours. It's the same socially and culturally. We've had countless incidents in history where people have joined together in social movements and created a spirit of camaraderie or a spirit of sharing and togetherness, which have absented them, even momentarily, from the world of greed and domination. If true community can stay aloft for 27 seconds, it is only a matter of time before such a community can last for hours. Only a matter of time before a beloved community, as Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of, can come into being. I just love that idea that once something happens, you know that it's possible, and you know that even more is possible. My own life is full of examples of this, one of them being my relationship with my beloved life partner, Jeffrey. When I talk about how magical our partnership is, some people respond with disbelief or even jealousy, but what I know is that I feel like I've just always known that our relationship is not just about us. I truly believe that we were drawn together to create a new paradigm for what's possible in relationship. It's like we've opened up a portal into a more evolved experience of how humans can be with each other. And so it's open now. It's possible, not just for us. And another example I have is this Albuquerque Center for Spiritual Living community. The way that we show up for each other, the way that we practice love and unity together is proof that peace on earth exists. And if it exists in one place, it's possible anywhere. I love this community so much. The love and the light that shines when we're together, the way that we see each other and hold each other and belong to each other. And I'm so proud of all that we've walked through together in the 25 years that I've been a part of this. And I'm so grateful for all of the growth and transformation that has happened in me that never could have happened without you. And for all the transformation that I've been so blessed to get to witness and be a part of in others. So this video that we're going to play right now is a musical thank you note from me to you. And it's also a reminder of the beauty and strength and radiant love that I know is only going to continue to grow and flourish as we move into this next chapter. I know that it can be no other way because of who we are and what we always say, which is this or something better. I love you all so much. I want to dedicate this song from my heart to all of you, the members of my beloved community. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. You've been so kind and generous. I don't know how you keep on giving. For your kindness, I'm in debt to you. For your selflessness, my admiration. For everything you've done, you know I'm bound to thank you for it. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la, yeah. La 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 la. You've been so kind and generous. I don't know how you keep on giving. For your kindness, I'm in debt to you. And I never could have come this far without you. For everything you've done, you know I'm bound to thank you for it. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la, yeah. La 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 so full of love and gratitude right now. The past couple days, I've just been like so in love with life. I just want to be space. Love you guys.
Good morning, Albuquerque Center for Spiritual Living. It has been a minute, but I'm so grateful to be with you, and I have a special place in my heart for all y'all. And I just loved the I to we talk from Yvette. To be honest, to play with my cards face up, things are very wild right now for me, and maybe they are for you too. I think the only reason I am not completely lost and alone is because of the we that is here in our new thought communities. Because of my loved ones at the Albuquerque Center for Spiritual Living, at Rio Grande, at Wellspring, and the CSL in Las Cruces, I need the we. That's how I stay connected and keep my perspective. I stay on the path, moving forward. And even in this wild time, I can somewhat navigate the transition and the transformation that I think is happening. In fact, think about that prefix trans. It means across, like transportation or transgender, transmission, transmute, transcendence. Across is a powerful motion. And we're not just going across continents or even worlds right now, we're crossing galaxies. We are on the edge of the known map. And as you've heard me say before from Barbara Marx Hubbard, this is a historic moment. We are witnessing the evolution of evolution itself. As we are shifting from unconscious evolution that happens by chance to conscious evolution that happens by choice. So it might be really disorienting right now for folks who are not consciously evolving, and even for those who are choosing to evolve because there's no map to speak of. So my suggestion this morning is let's stick together and let's reframe what seems to be like a massive crisis or an emergency, and instead be the map makers of what wishes to emerge and see what comes forth in the here and now. However, we are not like cartographers of the past who would faithfully record what was already there. Rather, we are mapping what we are creating through our collective wisdom and vision as a community in this day and age. Another way to capture this current reality was perfectly laid out by author Will Keepin. He's from Colorado. Listen to this. As socially engaged spiritual activists at the dawn of the third millennium, we are called to serve in two distinct capacities: as hospice workers to a dying civilization and as midwives to an emerging civilization. Both tasks are required simultaneously. The culture of modernity is disappearing to be replaced with a civilization of love. If the human race is to thrive and prosper, we are called to move through the world with open hearts, being present to the grief and the decay of a waning civilization, while at the same time maintaining heartfelt enthusiasm. As we focus our energies on visionary inspiration and building unprecedented new forms of human community that will serve the future evolution of humanity. Whew. I know. let's take some time to unpack that powerful thought and just see what this means for us right now. The first phrase that really jumps out at me is about being engaged spiritual activists. What is a spiritual activist? Well, as we say in religious science, treat and move your feet. We apply spiritual principles to real life every day, not just on Sundays. We are committed to both the inner and the outer journey, how those two work in tandem. And then we build and we push and we innovate to create a world that works for everyone, not just on paper, not just in thought, but in reality. In fact, James O'Day in his book, The Conscious Activist, captures this also. See if any of this might resonate with you. Activists and mystics are pioneers and adventurers. They leave the safer territory of conforming spirituality and charitable service, and they venture to the edges of personal and social transformation. They have a degree of longing and passion that makes some people uncomfortable. They have a degree of intensity. They ache for breakthroughs. They destabilize normality. They rock the boat of acceptability. They go off the radar screen of life's prescribed trajectories, only to return bursting with ecstatic insight, fiery conscience, and new codes to rouse all of us from a sleepy moral conformity. Both mystics and activists let their imaginations catch fire. Rather than experiencing vision as abstraction, they join with it as active participants. Vision enters into them and courses their veins until it is fully embodied. They are called relentlessly to step into the cauldron of real life verification in order to bring airy concepts into flesh and blood reality. The path of enactment can be clumsy, painful, and dangerous, but there's no other way for those who want to live the reality that others conceptualize but hesitate to incarnate. Whew. Our current times challenge us to live at that active level of spirituality so we can reconfigure into the next evolution of humankind. But our work is cut out for us as spiritual activists with our two jobs right now as hospice worker and midwife. Let's look at that. We are hospice workers right now, not only to help process all of the death and disillusionment and the loss of recent years, but also to support the process of putting our dying civilization to rest. So, are we making space for the personal and collective grieving that needs to happen in this moment? And how do we include the people who are in denial? Everyone would probably agree that the old ways are dying, but not everyone would agree that their ways are the old ways. They just know the intense pain and sorrow right now and look back with great nostalgia for the good old days. It must be very painful to no longer feel understood or to have a great portion of society expressing in ways that don't even compute anymore. And I think that pain of misalignment goes both ways. So can we offer compassion to the souls who are stuck between worlds right now? For those whose ways are dying, they may be lashing out and doing things that make no sense to us. So while we may hold them accountable for their actions, can we also hold their hand and honor the light of the divine expressing even in those who would curdle our blood? If the answer is no, that I cannot show up as love for all people, then I must deepen my spiritual practice and lean into my community even more to recalibrate myself for this new calling. As Reverend Dr. Jim Lockhart wrote in Creating the Beloved Community, the spiritual community is like an incubator, a place of safety and support for the kind of inner exploration needed to gain self-awareness and develop compassion. It is also very often a base of operations for outreach to the larger community and the world, to be of service to those in need and to influence people for the better. So our spiritual community becomes a home base for our ministry as hospice workers, whom we are called to be in this moment, for each other's loss and the loss of the old ways. But to balance the grief and the loss, can we also make space to celebrate the joy of this new life? Can we ask the essential question over and over again? What wishes to be born from this historic moment in time? What is mine to do? How do we keep our hearts open and allow Spirit to guide us as we create the new map for humanity? Well, we continue our mystical and practical studies. We share the journey together. We draw strength from the wellspring of we. We imagine and dream together, and we celebrate the joy in our lives. We help each other to stay grounded in spirit so we can move through the world with an open heart and an open mind, and we listen deeply to the guidance of Spirit through our spiritual practices and our relationships with each other. We are, quote, building new forms of human community that will serve the future evolution of humanity. So what will the Albuquerque Center for Spiritual Living look like or do to be that home base of hospice work and midwifing, the refueling station for spiritual activism? I don't know the answer to that, nor does any one person. This new evolution of community and life itself is centered in the co-creation of we. So we continue to work together as mindful midwives. So yes, we are walking the edge between worlds right now as the old ways are dying and putting up quite a fight. You can see the claw marks, but the new ways are beginning as well. Hallelujah. And this might be awkward. This might be why we feel we don't fit in anywhere. I often feel like a little unicorn in a horsey corral. But that's why we are the pioneers who need to support each other in order to survive in the wilderness and to create a new settlement, a new way of being. So yes, we are walking the path of transformation together, which is revealing itself as we go. That's why there's no map here. But the good news is we can consciously create the map from here forward. We can be calling the shots for what happens next. Our society tends to view death and even birth as a crisis needing serious medical attention. So the times right now may feel like a massive emergency, but really, it's the universe giving us a stern and urgent directive to stop army crawling through the old ways and to help each other to stand up. So let's spell that emergency a little different, as in the word emerge and the letters N-C. We are called to emerge into a new creation, to build a new community, to express a new level of care, a new level of compassion, a new level of cooperation and courage. This is our emergence story in real time, and that story is being written together. It is being co-authored, and we all have a seat at the table. In fact, we are living in a real cliffhanger moment here. It's just like Netflix. The next season hasn't come out yet. And the best part is that we get to map out that next season together. Oh, what dreams may come. What is your vision? What does our new community look like, feel like, do together? It's time to storyboard it and bring it into full reality. The world is waiting for the next season of Emerge and See, and we are poised and ready to make it happen. What adventures will we have making the new map together? Bon voyage.
Hello, my name is Lynn Hertz, and I am a practitioner here at the Albuquerque Center for Spiritual Living. It is my privilege and honor to pray and meditate with you today. And our rainbow practitioner is right here, praying with and for us. And so in this moment, I invite you to bring your attention to your heart space. That place where God resides, that place where love is. For what I know for sure is there is no separation. As I was preparing here at the center this morning, I knew I was going to do I am statements. And I went over, and on the table were some little cards. And I asked, does anybody know what these cards were from? And Clarissa said, yes, that was from our spirit group. So these are our I am statements. I am joy. I am spirit. I am humility. I am flourishing. I am crone. I am wisdom. I am synthesis. I am joy. Yes, I am. I am expansiveness. I am wisdom. I am connection. I am love. I am powerful. And so I invite you to connect with your breath, knowing that as we emerge into this newness of allowing Spirit to do Spirit's work within our community, I invite you to breathe in. Breathing in love and breathing out love. Breathing in. Allowing your shoulders to come down from your earlobes as you breathe in and breathe out. We are here together. We are connected by one mind. We are one heart, allowing Spirit to do Spirit's work. Continuing to breathe in, moving into the heart space that you know is connected with mine and connected as one with Spirit as the universe. Knowing this to be true, that our hearts are connected, we are never alone. Never, ever. Allowing those chattering words in your mind to just sit down for a moment, take a breath, connect with your heart. If you need a physical presence, place your hand on your heart and know that you are supported. As we continue with our prayer and meditation, I invite you to envision what is mine to do. What are your special gifts? What are the things that make your heart sing? What are the things that bring you to life, that gets you off the sofa, that takes you to that place that all of a sudden an hour passes and a day passes and you're still creating around that thing, that spark, whatever it is? Wouldn't it be wonderful to collaborate with other people who have that same dream or a different dream? For we know that our intentions are spoken and written and created, and they become the manifest of our reality. We know that as we emerge into this new time and place, it is all about allowing, setting down the baggage of resisting, and holding gently the power of allowing. I love when Reverend Kamatara spoke about our emergence, about the fact that we are hospice care and we are rebirthing at the same time. Because I know that to be true for myself. I know that. When I am in fear, false evidence appearing real, what am I feeling? I'm feeling my shoulders up against my neck, my ears. I feel constricted and I can't think. And so imagine yourself surrounded by like-minded people. People who hear you, who feel you, who recognize you. You could not be here with us today if we did not recognize you and you did not recognize us. And that is the truth. And so as we go into a moment of silence, as we continue to breathe, I invite you to take note of the candlelight behind me. Each one of those represent every single heart's desire that you have. Every single one of those represent the power of coming together as a community, the power of uniqueness, the power of love, the power of seeing each other, the power of working through. Every one of those lights behind me are you and me. Because we showed up today. We showed up for each other today. And so as we go into a moment of silence, I invite you to consider, what is mine to do? How can I best show up as the best me that I am? And so, as we come back to this time and space, I ask you, what is it that you need? How can we best support you? Here are some ways that I know right now we have spirit groups that are free. They're online and some are in person at this point. We have a foundational class coming up sometime in this year, 2022. We are preparing a practitioner group that is practitioner 1 in progress now. Show up and do and be the person that you want to be. We are here. We love you. We care about you. And so knowing that all of your heart's desires are heard and made manifest, with deep abiding gratitude, I know all of your heart's desires are made manifest. And I release my word knowing this to be the truth. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Jonathan. Wow. We are so blessed to have heard from Reverend Kamatara. And as she said, we are at this transcendent watershed moment. And as Joy Lynn is imploring, it's for us to decide and claim what is ours to do. And what is mine to do right now is joyfully, in celebration of the relaxation of this mask mandate, announce that we will be back in person next Sunday at 10 a.m. So get ready, and I'll be reaching out. There'll be an announcement that will come out this week with all the details of how we're going to be getting back together on Sunday. So look for that, and there'll be more information in the newsletter. So if you haven't signed up for that newsletter and you're new and you would like more information about how we meet in person, you can sign up for our newsletter on our website. Our Leadership Council, as you probably know by now, for the last few months have been facilitating this process of transcendence. And that has come in the form of town halls and listening sessions and meetings and planning sessions to help us to chart our new course. And they have reached consensus, and we will be voting next Sunday on Zoom around our future, with this opportunity for us to sell this facility and embark on a new journey in that new path that that Reverend Kamatara was talking about. And I know that Reverend Amani has recharged her batteries, and she'll be joining us again, and we will be collectively deciding what is ours to do and fulfilling our mission of being love in action and transforming lives and transforming communities. So as have been happening every week, I want to alert you if you need more information or you want to discuss questions or concerns, today at noon, the Leadership Council is facilitating a listening session on Zoom. And on Tuesday night, our treasurer, Cliff Wintrode, is holding a session also on Zoom at 7 p.m. And you can join those very simply on our website. There's a town hall button right at the top. And if you click on that button, you get taken right into that Zoom session, and you can meet with our Leadership Council and with Cliff and get your questions answered and get your any comments and concerns aired out in preparation for this meeting that we're going to have on the 6th, which will also be on Zoom. So we'll meet here in person and then at noon on Zoom for this congregational vote. So please be watching the website and the newsletter for details around this. It's also mine to do is to express gratitude for all the gifts of time and talent and treasure. I'll be reaching out to all the volunteer teams to help me coordinate getting our building reopened and getting together again on Sunday. So you'll be hearing from me as well on that. And profoundly grateful for the support, the ongoing support that's allowing us to express our gifts together collectively through the gifts of treasure. So if you're new and want to make a gift, there's some information coming up on the screen, or if you are needing to create a recurring gift to the center, you can do so by any of these means. You can text to give at 505-847-8431. You can go on the website and you can click to give there. There's a button in the top right corner that's donate, the donate button. Or you can scan that QR code and that'll take you into the place where you can make your gift as well. So, here we are at this transcendent, beautiful moment where we can both minister to our past and midwife in our future together. And I wouldn't want to be anywhere else than I am where I am right now with you in this process. And so to close us today, I'm going to bring in my dear friend and practitioner, Dino. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Jeff. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Dino, and I'm a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the center. I just want to remind you of some prayer opportunities that are available. If you'd like to send us an email at prayer@abqcsl.org, the practitioners and ministers of the center will hold you in prayer for the week. Or if you'd like to log on to our website at abqcsl.org, up at the top there's a tab about us, and if you click on that, there's a list of practitioners who are more than willing to talk with you by phone or possibly meet you. So we encourage you to take advantage of these opportunities. At this time, it is my pleasure to close our program for today in prayer, in gratitude. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, I invite you to do so. We would like to hold your heart in prayer. I invite the practitioners and the ministers of the center to create that space for you at this time, knowing that we are here for you, holding your hearts, holding our community, holding our vision, holding our love for you. As we prepare for a new day and a new journey, we envision ourselves holding hands tight, knowing that together we travel to this new destination, this new life in this day, in tomorrow. We know that as one, we are joyful, and we are happy, and we are loving. And we know that as we move forward into our day, we gather our kindnesses and place them in our heart and offer them to everyone we encounter. We also hold our community in prayer as we hold out our hands and know that everything we touch is of the divine, that we are the beloved, that we are the light, that we are the way, that we are the love. Thank you so much for being here today. We hope that you'll be with us again here next Sunday. Namaste. Help me close the program today with our affirmation, if you will. My community is built on a strong foundation of love and unity, and I know that together, everything we create is blessed and beautiful. Namaste.
Thank you.